Have you ever wondered what it takes to become truly irreplaceable? Someone unshakable, no matter how intense the storm or the spotlight? The secret lies in mastering your emotional core and radiating a silent, unyielding confidence. Qualities that few possess, but anyone can learn. Prepare to discover the deeper, often hidden ways that Stoic mastery can make you unbeatable in life's toughest moments. 9 ways to become truly irreplaceable. Unbeatable Stoic Confidence, compiled and published by Stoic Power. Lesson 1. Master calm in every storm. Imagine standing on the rugged shore as thunder crashes and waves hurl themselves against the stubborn rocks. Yet there you remain, still unmoved, a silent island in the eye of chaos. In this image of fierce storms meeting unbreakable calm, we find the immortal pulse of Stoic power. Everywhere, life swirls in unpredictable storms. There will be days when pressure closes in, when every word or look threatens to unravel you, when frustration mounts and anger crackles just beneath the surface. In moments like these, it feels as though a tempest is raging within as well as without, making us desperate for a lighthouse to steady our course. This is a truth for almost everyone at some point. The heart races, words escape before wisdom cautions restraint, or an unexpected twist knocks us off center. We strive to present strength, confidence, and composure, but the tide of stress or emotion sometimes feels stronger than willpower alone. The result is emotional outbursts, regret for what we said or did, and a sinking sense that we're hostage to the storms inside our chest. It can feel like being a ship at sea, tossed by every mercurial wind and wave, lost for want of anchor or rudder. The answer, living at the heart of ancient Stoic practice, is not to fight the storm or deny the winds, but to master the art of calm itself. Picture a flame burning behind glass, protected from the drafts that threaten to blow it out, steady and purposeful no matter how the wind shrieks outside. The transformative skill at the core of this lesson is cultivating an inner stillness that does not avoid emotion, but surveys it with patient, unhurried eyes. Calm is not the absence of conflict, but the hard-earned strength to remain clear, deliberate, and steady when storms swirl. The solution is as simple to begin as drawing one deep breath and allowing it to anchor you. It is found in tiny moments, pausing before reacting, feeling the sweep of emotion, but choosing not to pour it into your voice or your actions with reckless force. With every pause, every measured reply, you commit to mastering your environment by first mastering yourself. Through training, reflection, and an unwavering commitment to the practice of inner calm, you gradually become that island within the tempest, admired for a quiet confidence that does not rattle no matter the circumstance. All you need to begin is the willingness to see emotional upheaval, not as your enemy, but as the very field where mastery is forged. Each challenge, each unexpected moment, is a new opportunity to train your mind. The benefits build. People sense your grounded presence, respect your restraint, and are drawn to the silent power that radiates from within. This is the Stoic courage that unlocks the truly undefeatable self, a subtle force of attraction in a world hungry for reassurance and strength. Like the archer whose hand does not shake when the target is hidden by fog, your calm, once cultivated, will be both your shield and your calling card. Through calm in the storm, you set yourself apart as truly irreplaceable. To master calm, pause before reacting, breathe deeply when tension rises, and notice your emotions without judging them. As you repeat this daily, your mind grows stronger, your presence steadier, and people begin to sense your unshakable confidence. Practice this with intention, and soon calm will become your signature. Next, learn how silent determination can quietly inspire others. If this lesson helped, subscribe, like, and share your thoughts below. Lesson 2. Lead with silent determination. Picture a lone mountain rising through the early morning mist. Its summit is shrouded, yet its strong lines are unwavering, carved over centuries by storms and sunlight alike. Around it, winds howl and time stretches, but the mountain endures, silent and resolute in its purpose. This is the living image of silent determination, a force that shapes leaders not through volume, but through undeniable presence and quiet consistency. Many people strive to be loud enough to be noticed, thinking influence comes only from making demands or displaying authority in grand gestures. But inside, there's often a wariness, a sense of being overlooked or undervalued if you refuse to raise your voice or constantly prove your worth. This tension is familiar to anyone who's felt that their efforts were ignored or who believed that quiet ambition would never be noticed amid the noise of the world. Yet, trying to lead by force or demonstration usually breeds stress, self-doubt, and a feeling like you are always running a race that no one else even acknowledges. This is where the ancient strength of the Stoic mind offers an unorthodox path. Imagine a ship's captain steering through dense fog, charting a course not with shouts, but with a steadfast eye and a steady hand on the wheel. The secret lies not in demanding attention or recognition, but in directing energy inward, building a foundation so deep that nothing external can shake it. The transformative solution is to cultivate an inner determination so fierce and sustained that it requires no announcement. Your work, your focus, and your reliability become all the evidence the world needs. This skill, though subtle, is far from passive. It asks for self-discipline, for keeping your commitments even when applause is absent, for returning to your purpose day after day, regardless of praise or setback. Each quiet victory over your impulses, every time you persist despite hardship or indifference, you grow stronger. Like that mountain capturing sunrise after a long, cold night. When you lead with silent determination, you command attention without demanding it, and your example begins to influence others more deeply than any declaration could. People start to notice a different energy about you, the air of someone who's full of purpose, yet unconcerned by the interpretations or judgments of others. This quiet steadiness is magnetic. It assures colleagues, friends, and even adversaries. In the world's hidden language, where most power is felt but not spoken, your mastery broadcasts far, like the lighthouse beam reaching through the thickest storm. This is the unique promise of leading with silent determination. Through inner clarity and continuous self-training, you unlock a calm power that shapes the environment and the people around you, winning genuine respect and loyalty. The journey is sometimes lonely, but each disciplined act writes a legacy silently across the lives you touch, as enduring as the mountain on the horizon, a presence that cannot be ignored, no matter how softly it stands. Each day, focus on completing one task quietly and thoroughly, honor your commitments, and resist the urge to seek validation. Over time, this builds inner strength, earns silent respect, and deepens your sense of purpose. Begin today, knowing every small action matters. Next, we'll explore how restraint can earn lasting respect. Be sure to subscribe and share your reflections below. Lesson 3. Build respect through restraint. Picture an archer poised at the ready, eyes fixed on a distant and unseen target, breath controlled and posture unwavering. The real strength of the archer lies not in the swift release of the arrow, but in the moments of deliberate stillness, in the quiet discipline not to shoot before the time is right. It is the silence between the heartbeat and the action that truly reveals mastery. In the modern rush of the world, holding back can sometimes feel unnatural. We live in a culture of instant reactions, where texts demand immediate replies, where someone's insult stings and seems to call for a cutting response, where speaking up loudly is often mistaken for a sign of power. Yet beneath all of this, most of us privately wrestle with the desire to act on impulse, to assert ourselves fiercely, to let emotion have the final word, simply because the opportunity is there. Inside, the inner battle is real. You want to show your strength, prove your point, or get even. But how often does that fiery reaction end up leading to outcomes you regret, or to respect that is fleeting at best? Let's be honest, restraint is a rare art. Too often, people confuse loudness with leadership and speed with skill. But the Stoic path teaches the opposite. The common struggle is clear. You feel overlooked if you don't make yourself heard, or you feel weak if you don't strike back. This discomfort drives so many to speak or act out of defense rather than conviction, and the result is emotional exhaustion or damage to your relationships and reputation. Every time we let emotion lead the way without pause, we release control of what makes us truly strong. The challenge is to reshape your automatic responses, to look for a new kind of power that is more lasting and deeply respected. The transformative solution offered here is both subtle and profound. The art of restraint comes from recognizing that real strength is a choice whether or not to use your full power. Just because you can react instantly doesn't mean you should. Like the quiet captain steering his ship through a field of hidden reefs, restraint is about sensing danger that cannot be seen and acting with wisdom rather than bravado. Each time you pause, when you take a breath before replying to a harsh word or let a moment of anger pass without fueling it, you create a space for respect to grow, both for yourself and in the hearts of those who witness your self-possession. The wisdom in restraint is as old as the first philosophers, but as vital as the next breath you take right now. Building respect through restraint means you train your mind to focus on what truly matters and avoid unnecessary battles. Your answers do not have to be loud to be lasting, and your power is magnified when you control it rather than display it. In the still fire of your composed soul, people will see a leader who is both unwavering and fair, someone they can trust to weather any storm with calm clarity. If you can hold your arrow, so to speak, until the right moment, the world comes to see your discipline as its own kind of quiet magnetism, the true signature of the undefeatable Stoic. Next time you feel provoked, pause, count slowly to 5, and ask yourself if reacting serves your higher goals. Practice this daily, and you'll notice more clarity, stronger relationships, and growing self-respect. Start now and embrace restraint as your armor. Our next lesson uncovers how to control what others cannot. Subscribe, like, and share your insights below to join the journey. Lesson 4. Control what others cannot. Visualize a solitary sailor navigating a vast, unpredictable sea. The water churns, and the winds often shift without warning, beyond anyone's command. With steely calm, the sailor adjusts their sails, never raging against the ocean's will, but focusing instead on every decision within their reach. In the same way, our journey through daily life can often feel like steering through relentless waves. Circumstances shift beyond our control. People's words and actions buffet us unexpectedly, and outcomes seem governed by tides larger than our influence. Most of us know the frustration of feeling powerless when things don't go our way, when someone lets us down or obstacles refuse to budge despite all our efforts. Inside, this conflict can tear at your peace. It's tempting to burn energy railing against what is unchangeable, replay slights in your mind, or tie your sense of contentment to how others behave. You may ask yourself, why can't they see it my way? Why can't things go as planned? Too often, much anxiety comes from this wish for things outside your control to bend to your will. And each disappointment feels personal, a crack across your self-confidence or mood. When others lie, disappoint, gossip, or change the rules, when the future is clouded and so much sits outside your grasp, untrained minds lurch into worry, anger, or despair. It can trap you in a storm of resentment, draining all energy for the things you actually can change. The quietly radical impact of the Stoic mindset is this: transform your focus entirely inward onto what is truly within your control, your thoughts, judgments, responses, and next steps. Imagine the archer. Her responsibility is not the wind or shifting light, but how she aims, how she breathes, and which arrow she chooses. The rest is fate. The empowering skill here is not resignation, but precision focus, adopting the mindset that you do not waste precious strength resisting the winds, but become a master at adjusting your sails. The world might roar or gossip, others may praise or reject you, yet your anchor is sunk deep in your own intentions and chosen actions. When you finally accept that what others think, do, or say is not yours to command, you reclaim all the energy previously lost to worry, anger, or confusion. You unlock a type of undefeated calm and sharp clarity that others feel, and often envy, each time fate throws you a challenge. People start to sense your unshakable equilibrium. You radiate a steady force that neither hostility nor chaos can disturb. This discipline to pour your focus and passion only into what you can truly influence is the ancient wisdom that has unlocked greatness for leaders and thinkers throughout history. By embracing the lesson of distinguishing the controllable from the uncontrollable, you train your mind to move lightly past distractions, rise above pettiness, and own each moment. Mastery emerges as you let go of the fear and frustration that lived at the edge of every event, steadily becoming the captain of your own inward vessel, free, clear-headed, and fiercely impactful regardless of how high the waves may rise. When tension rises, pause and ask, is this in my control? Direct your energy only toward your response. Each day, practice letting go of what isn't yours to shape. Soon, you'll feel lighter, calmer, and more in command of your life. Next, discover the strength of discipline over the need for recognition. Subscribe, like, and share your thoughts below. Lesson 5. Choose discipline over recognition. Picture the early dawn lighting up a quiet path where the only footprints belong to you. The world still sleeps, and your steps echo in the silence, steady and certain. No applause rings out, no eyes mark your progress, but every stride taken in solitude shapes the future with quiet, unwavering resolve. In these moments, there's a deep power, the discipline to keep walking, regardless of who notices. Most of us live in a landscape constantly monitored by the gaze of others. From the instant we learn to speak, we're trained to seek gold stars and gentle applause, to look outward for likes, approval, and admiration. This hunger for recognition can feel almost irresistible. When no one notices, internal doubt flares up. Why am I doing all this if nobody sees? Am I even making a difference? The voice that craves validation can quickly take the reins, tempting you to chase visibility instead of mastery. Yet beneath this longing, an inner conflict quietly simmers. Many feel a restlessness, a deep frustration that their toil often goes unacknowledged, or worse, is overlooked entirely, while louder, flashier efforts steal the spotlight. This can breed discouragement, sap energy, or even spark envy and resentment. Under pressure, it is easy to slip into shortcuts, acting only when it's noticed, waiting for permission, or even abandoning your mission because the external reward feels too slim. The danger is that you begin to shape your work, your discipline, and your dreams to chase praise, not purpose. In time, the source of your power slips from your hands and rests in others' opinions, making your effort fragile and your confidence unstable. Here's where the wisdom of the silent Stoic cuts through the fog. The transformative solution is to honor discipline as its own reward, and to approach your work with the intent of the archer, silent, focused, undistracted by who may be watching. Imagine the disciplined craftsman shaping a masterpiece behind closed doors, returning day after day to his workbench, not for audience applause, but because the process itself is a form of mastery. To choose discipline over recognition is to plant seeds in darkness and trust their quiet growth, to create without the need for immediate harvest. This mindset is not about shutting out the world, but about aligning with a deeper purpose that outlasts the fickle rhythms of praise or external acknowledgement. When you cultivate this form of discipline, you gain the most durable kind of strength. You overcome fear of invisibility and release the anxious hunger for acclaim. Instead, you begin to radiate confidence and self-control so potent that people feel it, drawn to its steady flame like moths moved by an unseen light. Your daily efforts, small or grand, begin to form an inner life of strength and serenity, a kind of invincible routine that no applause or criticism can touch. In nurturing the discipline to grow quietly and persistently, you prepare yourself to unlock new doors, surmount inner resistance, and eventually produce results that speak for themselves. That is the silent impact of the Stoic spirit. Undaunted, undefeated, shaping destiny while the rest of the world is still waiting for the crowd's approval. Commit to one daily action, big or small, that improves you, whether or not anyone notices. Celebrate your quiet progress and let discipline drive your choices. You'll feel unstoppable confidence from inner growth and genuine accomplishment. Keep building this self-mastery, and in our next lesson, learn how to stay unmoved by praise. Subscribe, like, and share your journey with our community below. Lesson 6. Stay unmoved by praise. Imagine a tree standing steadfast atop a windswept hill, its roots deep and invisible, anchoring it through every storm and every sunlit day. No matter how the wind howls or the birds sing in its branches, the tree remains, its growth determined not by outside voices, but by the strength that grows from within. This rare power is the art of staying unmoved by praise, the true measure of a Stoic's resilience. Many of us, buoyed by kind words or recognition, feel our spirits rise when praised. Compliments are intoxicating, a quick rush of confidence that makes our steps lighter and minds kinder toward ourselves. At the same time, this rush is often accompanied by an invisible dependence, the subtle sense that our worth is decided by the applause or approval of others. The internal conflict is painfully familiar. If affirmation is present, we feel successful and composed. If it's lacking, doubts creep in and our sense of value begins to sway. We're left wondering whether we can trust our own self-assessment or if every achievement needs another's stamp of approval. This cycle, repeated often, can subtly take the reins of motivation or even divert us from our core values, shaping our choices by the promise of another round of applause. The modern world sharpens this battle. Social praise comes in flashes, likes, upvotes, awards, compliments in passing. Over time, achievement can start to feel hollow unless it's echoed back by others. There's pressure to keep performing, or to only act when the outcome will be admired, which steals joy from the work itself and leaves our confidence swingingly fragile. Instead of building self-worth on sturdy ground, we may live for the next nod, smile, or bit of recognition, even performing for it without realizing. Here lies the transformative wisdom of Stoic strength. Learn to be grateful for any praise you receive, but never let it move the roots of your purpose. Let your anchor be the satisfaction that comes from showing up, doing hard things well, and practicing your values, independent of outer commentary. The solution is not to reject praise, but to receive it as one might enjoy the sun on a cool day. Pleasant, passing, but not required for growth. It is this mindset that trains your mind to become truly undefeatable, quietly blazing like a steady fire, able to go forward without fear of praise held back. You draw confidence from your own dedication and restore your emotional control. Life begins to feel less like a performance and more like a powerful process of becoming, in which you train your mind and trust in your silent Stoic impact. As you grow in this direction, those around you recognize the difference. You radiate assurance and consistency, attracting respect not for your pursuit of approval, but for your independence and lasting integrity. The next time you receive praise, pause and thank the giver. Then ask yourself if your actions align with your values. Practice this often, and you'll gain unshakable self-respect and a lasting sense of worth. Challenge yourself now, and in our next lesson, we'll explore how to make integrity your signature. Subscribe and share your experience below to inspire others. Lesson 7. Make integrity your signature. Envision the unbroken thread of gold running through the center of a tapestry, a single line of truth that binds countless patterns and colors into something both beautiful and lasting. When everything around you is shifting and fog blankets even the most familiar roads, it is this hidden thread of integrity that keeps you centered. Integrity is not the loud clamor of public declarations or grand gestures. It is the quietly held promise you make with yourself, again and again, whether anyone is watching or not. The real signature of strength of the silent Stoic is living so that your actions always match your deepest values, never swayed by fear or fleeting benefit. For many, this ideal stirs a conflict within. We want to be honest and consistent, but the world sometimes feels set up against those who choose principle over convenience. Everyday life throws out endless temptations to adjust the story a little, to take shortcuts, to bend the truth for comfort, gain, or just to avoid friction. You might feel the pressure. A group expects you to quietly go along. A decision would be much easier if only you ignored that small tug of conscience. There's tension between the desire to succeed and the urge to preserve something pure within yourself. The deeply rooted knowledge that real freedom costs authenticity, and that the easiest road may demand you leave your self-respect behind. This tension grows sharper as you watch others seemingly winning through compromise, or as you face setbacks for refusing to cut corners. Sometimes you might wonder, does honor even matter if the world rewards its opposite? In those moments, resentment can creep in, eroding your motivation and leaving you feeling isolated in your convictions. Yet the deepest fear often lurking behind this struggle is the quiet worry that you'll lose the very self you want to respect, simply by standing still while others move faster. The transformative path here is not about adopting a rigid perfectionism or judging those who falter. It is the deliberate cultivation of alignment, the ongoing practice of ensuring what you say, believe, and do line up like the true north of a compass, guiding every next step. The living wisdom beneath this discipline is both ancient and constantly renewed. When you choose to honor truth over convenience, small acts of courage build into an inner architecture that no external circumstance can shake. Over time, integrity becomes your silent signature, unmistakable and deeply attractive. People may not always praise you, but they watch you. They sense a firmness and inner trustworthiness rare in a world of changing masks. Steadily, your quiet standard draws others toward you, the rare individuals who respond not just to charm, but to character. In making integrity your signature, you unlock a sense of peace and confidence that no challenge, defeat, or even victory can take away. Your calm presence becomes a beacon for those adrift in uncertain times, and you masterfully continue the Stoic journey, radiant, unwavering, and rooted in the golden thread that binds a life well lived. When faced with a decision, pause and ask yourself if your actions reflect your core values. Commit daily to acts of honesty, however small. With time, you'll build unbreakable self-trust and quietly inspire respect from others. Start today and prepare for our next lesson on turning pain into your personal code. Subscribe, like, and share your thoughts with our community below. Lesson 8. Turn pain into personal code. Picture a blacksmith standing before fierce flames, setting red-hot iron on the anvil as sparks fly up into the dark. Every strike of the hammer, though harsh and loud, shapes the metal into something stronger than before. Pain is the heat, adversity is the hammer. Yet from this elemental forge, character is born, not through comfort, but through the disciplined, deliberate transformation of suffering into strength. Like that blade forged in fire, every trial you endure holds the potential to become a core piece of your unbreakable personal code. Everyone faces pain, disappointment, heartbreak, setbacks, even deep loss. It's a familiar tension in the heart. We wish, desperately at times, for relief from hurt or struggle, for life to be smooth and predictable. The natural instinct is to recoil from pain, to numb it, ignore it, or let it define and shrink our lives. Emotional wounds linger longer than physical pain. They echo through our thoughts in moments of silence, coloring the choices we make and eroding our confidence. At times, you may wonder if these scars are marks of weakness, something best hidden or forgotten. Many wrestle with shame, isolation, and the secret fear that suffering makes them lesser, broken, or forever defined by the hardest chapters of their story. Underlying this, people struggle to find a way through their pain that doesn't turn cold or cynical. Left unchecked, suffering can become an open wound, making us reactive, anxious, or guarded. But here's where the Stoic's wisdom glows brightest. The transformative invitation of Stoicism is not to flee from pain, nor to wallow in it, but to meet it face to face and reforge it into a code that guides both your choices and your growth. This code is highly personal. Principles you shape from lived experience, insights distilled from hardship, like rare gems, unearthed under tremendous pressure. At the heart of this lesson is the core idea that pain can be a gift, though a demanding one. It can sharpen your sense of empathy, reveal what you truly value, activate strengths you never imagined you had, and help you unlock new chapters of resilience and wisdom. Pain, when reflected upon deeply and claimed as part of your story, becomes the iron in your spine and flame in your spirit. This is not wishful thinking or denial of suffering. It's the conscious discipline of turning setbacks into guides, letting your deepest trials fuel the writing of a resilient and quiet code. When you approach life this way, the storms lose their power to break you. Instead of a passive victim or silent sufferer, you become the archer whose every scar teaches them where to aim next. You begin to radiate an aura of depth and quiet understanding. You know how to endure, and you know how to rise. In training your mind to convert pain into your own unwavering standard, you discover that your greatest battles become the source of your most steadfast peace, and you attract others with a presence unmoved by adversity, surviving and thriving with every lesson life forges into your soul. Reflect on a painful moment and write down the lesson or value it gifted you. Revisit this code whenever you struggle, letting it inspire growth instead of holding you back. As you do, resilience and clarity will quietly flourish. Next, learn how to radiate presence without demanding attention. Subscribe, like, and share your story to encourage others in their journey. Lesson 9. Radiate presence without demanding attention. Imagine a candle burning at the heart of a dim room, its flame gentle yet unwavering, casting a warmth and light that naturally draws people in. The candle makes no noise. It does not urge for eyes to turn its way, yet its presence is undeniable, quietly transforming every shadow it touches. This image reveals the art of radiating true presence, the subtle power to be deeply felt without ever clamoring for the spotlight. It is a quality that distills respect, confidence, and calm, siding with the ancient and enduring wisdom of the Stoic. The most formidable minds do not need to announce themselves, and yet they are seldom overlooked. Many grapple with the inner tension between the wish to stand out and the longing just to be accepted. The world shouts, celebrates, and seems always to reward the boldest voices, pushing us to perform, impress, or shout louder to avoid fading into the background. This often creates a quiet struggle. Should I push harder to be recognized? What if I'm invisible? Am I truly valued if no one expresses it? Driven by these questions, people sometimes overcompensate, striving for validation or trying to force acknowledgement from others, only to feel emptier or less authentic when that effort does not bring what their heart really seeks. The anxiety of seeming unseen can shape how we speak, act, and even carry ourselves, creating a constant undercurrent of tension and insecurity. The Stoic solution does not ask you to renounce being seen or to retreat into silence, but to embody a calm confidence that attracts attention precisely because it does not seek it. This presence grows from the inside out, a product of clarity, self-trust, and genuine engagement with others, elevated by intent rather than demand. True impact comes not from grabbing attention, but from nurturing a rare steadiness that others can sense from a distance. It is the way the archer, silent before a field of watchers, needs only to focus inward, letting every breath, every movement declare their mastery, never their volume. By shifting your focus from outward validation to inner composure, presence evolves into something magnetic. It is in a steady gaze, a composed silence, and the rare ability to listen with depth and without impatience. Rather than rushing to fill quiet with your own voice, you furnish each moment with your attention, your authentic reactions, your centeredness. People become drawn to your gravity, for in a world addicted to noise and performance, genuine presence is unforgettable. The core benefit of cultivating this trait is profound. The more you are able to anchor yourself, trusting in your thoughts and inner discipline, the less you need to strive for attention. You move through rooms like a ship on silent seas, impacting, attracting, commanding respect, and leaving a subtle wake long after you've gone, all while remaining undefeated and serene within. This controlled radiance becomes your mark, a living testament to just how powerful and attractive silent Stoic composure can be. Practice entering each room with calm breath, grounded posture, and full attention on others, rather than on yourself. Listen deeply before you speak. Over time, you'll find others drawn to your steadiness and authenticity. Start today and observe how even your quiet presence shapes the environment around you. Embrace the journey of growth, one attentive moment at a time. You've just explored 9 powerful lessons to build undefeated Stoic confidence, master your emotions, and become truly irreplaceable. Thank you for joining this journey of self-mastery and silent strength. If you found these insights valuable, please like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for more practical wisdom.